Hey everybody, and welcome back to the show. We're going to be talking about stocks. They have surged on the stock market. We're going to jump into the economic news quickly, and then we're going to move into crypto that has been consolidating around these price levels. Bitcoin at 64K, which is really, really good. So, man, I don't know, this Christmas rally could be pretty epic. Man. Now, I've got a poll on at the moment, so get in on that poll. I'll get to that in a minute. We're also obviously going to be covering Pulsechain and TitanX updates. That's the new format. So I hope you guys enjoy the coverage on that. Obviously, Pulsechain just consolidating after the big rally. TitanX also consolidating too. So a lot of consolidation pretty much around the market there. So we'll get into all the charts at the moment and a few of the opportunities. Now, I've got polls on all three channels. We're streaming to over 10,500 subscribers on Superman Crypto and Pulsechain X and Hex Token channel. So, yeah, what have you done on those? We've got polls on every channel. So have you subscribed? Have you hit the bell? Have you hit the like button? All the above on the way in. Help grow the channel. Help get the good content out there. We're covering all the stuff every day, of course, including meme coins today as well. We're going to cover meme coins. Oh, and we're also covering Pulse Mafia today because it's got a huge launch of the exchange happening in a couple of hours' time. So, man, we're covering a lot of stuff. So get in on those polls, folks, and we'll check that out. Now, also, Superman Crypto is almost heading towards 3,000 subscribers on that channel alone. So, if you're over there, subscribe. If you're on Hex Token, somebody else, go subscribe over there too. Or on Superman, on Crypto, what's it, Pulsechain X? I've got so many channels, I don't know. Goes to go. I was going to add a fourth channel in too, because I've got another fourth channel. So, maybe add that in too. All right, let's get into it. And, of course, smash that. Now, if you hit the bell, of course, on YouTube, it notifies you of the next video coming up. So, get your daily content. We're covering everything right on this channel. You really are well informed. So bring that on. All right, let's see who's in here. We've got Lies Beneath. How are you today? Very, very good. It's nice and sunny outside, so it should be a good day. What else do we have? Pulsex for the 100%. Hex in particular have been leading the way quite strongly. I think Pulsex is still very discounted. And obviously Pulse as well. So lots of upside to those. Just don't sleep on those ones, as we say. UFO says UFO's landed. Good to see you, Superman. Hey, always a pleasure, UFO. Hope you're doing well out there. Yeah, doing well as the old UFO. We've got Craig Pitt as well. Morning all. Good to see you, Craig. Hope you're doing well. Hexagrader as well. Hey, gang. Good to see Hexagrader. We got Brian, our community leader in the house there. Big shout out to Brian. And I can't say enough good things about all these people in the chat. I mean, they really are great people. Great to see you guys in here every day. We've got Hexhog as well. And that includes you, Hexhog. That includes you, Hexhog. You know what I'm talking about. We got Wookie in the house as well. Hey, Wookie, hope you're doing cool. Wookie's been in good old Queenstown, which is one of the great, destinations for holiday people in the world, not just in New Zealand, but in the world. And, of course, it's kind of like Aspen, Colorado on steroids is Queenstown. So he's been having a good time there. Big shout out. Good to see you back in the house. Crypto Fury is in here as well. What's up? Yeah, we're going to be talking about the Mafia today. We've got a big stage coming out. We'll get into the chart for that later on. Stay tuned for that. We've got Probably View in the house there. Great show. Hey, Probably View, appreciate that. Anita's here as well. Hey, Anita, hope you're doing good. Good morning, everybody from Anita. Wookie is always hearing bells ringing, I think he's trying to say there. Might do a little typo. Bells too. Yeah, the bells indeed, Brian. Yes. We got the Wookie is always creating stirring up some trouble, so you got to get used to that. All right, let's get into it, folks. Without further ado, let's kick it through and see what's happening with the stock market. It has definitely kept surging. So let's go for gold. Bam. All right, the stock market there, Dow, S&P 500, ride NVIDIA surge to close at fresh record highs. Now, you guys know NVIDIA's got their Blackwell AI chip coming out. It is a super duper. It's got like a couple of trillion transistors or something, a couple 100 billion transistors or something. It's massive. And of course, it's going to be about like 10 to 30,000, somewhere in that ballpark for the price. I think that's launching in December, I think it is. So it's coming up pretty soon. We got the Dow Jones at the moment up 0.2%, 84 points to 42,208. S&P 500 is up 0.25% at 14 points to 5,732. And the Nasdaq with all the tech companies is up 0.6%, 102 points to 18,076. So all these markets in the stock market just rallying to all new time highs, right? So really is some crazy stuff where these markets are at the moment. We had a little bit of economic news before we get to that. Let's go to the commodities. Now let's with the US dollar. US dollar. Wow, guys, US dollar's broken 100. OMG on the index. We're at 99.95. Wow, that's incredible. Let's have a look at the last year on the charts. Man, oh man, look at that. Woohoo! We have broken that. Look at that. Wow, we're broken the 100. Man, oh man. So, this could really spur on the commodity rally, right? This could really spur on the commodity rally. It's been amazing. Now, let's go to commodities. We got West Texas there. We've been waiting for that 100 to be cracked, and it's been cracked. 71.54 on West Texas oil there. So pretty flat on the oil. Brent oil also 74.45. Both of them pretty flat, not really moved much. Now, gold has started to move up 0.2%, $5.60 to $2,682. So if we look at the 5-year chart, you can see, let's go to gold on here. And you can see, look at that, gold really rallying, breaking up really high there. In fact, we go to the max chart, look at that, all-time highs on gold. And now with this US dollar breaking 100, man, and further interest rate cuts, this could really start to take off. Silver as well is only up slightly today, but watch for that. $32.44, I mean, that's definitely moved up. Let's go to the last 5 years chart, and let's have a look at silver, and look at that. Wow, that's really moved up real nice. This is on breakout. Like I say, with $30.44 on silver, price target for moving into next year, 75 to 125 bucks. And of course, if you've seen Rich Dad Poor Dad, that he's been pushing about that silver. So pretty cool. If you've got a nice stash of silver, it's going to be worth a lot more. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's move on to the consumer confidence hits 3-year low. So we've got economic data out. And of course, the Fed, there's speakers from the Fed presidents that are going to be speaking that people are listening to. The Conference Board Consumer Confidence Index fell to a reading of 98.7 to 100 from 105.6. Now, remember, the United States is the world's consumer. 2/3 of their GDP or economy is on consumption. So confidence in the consumer in the United States is very, very important. And of course, that plays into, if there's more spending, typically there's going to be more inflation. That's kind of the idea there. If you're in that camp, I mean, certainly economic camp that believes that. So worries about the jobs and inflation were the biggest concerns among consumers, according to the survey. So people worrying about jobs and inflation are still the key ones. Obviously, if that's big for consumers, it's a big deal for the election coming up on the 5th of November. And of course, we know that jobs and inflation, Trump's going to do well for that. Increased jobs, lower inflation. Whereas, the communist Kamala there is going to, continue to wreck America and, of course, the world as well. That way she does it. All right, so the signs of jitters from consumers come just as the Fed speakers continue to suggest that the path of further rate cuts would be driven by economic data. U.S. Federal Reserve Governor Michelle Bowman said Tuesday the Fed would have to proceed with caution on further rate cuts as components of inflation was still uncomfortably above the Fed's 2% target. Bowman, who was the lone dissenter in the September meeting against the 50 basis point rate cut, kicks off a week that includes remarks from Chair Jerome Powell as well as other Fed members. No, but I think if Bowman's wrong, I think that we have big lagged effects. So I would say Michelle Bowman needs to go back to economics school and do another degree or something on that. But Minneapolis, I can't even say this. Is Minneapolis, I don't know. Fed President Neil, I can't even say that. I know it's a great state, but sorry about that. It's too much trouble for me. Fed President Neil, I can't believe something. I bet I was not on screen. I'd probably say it, but for some reason I can't say Minneapolis. Did I get it? Minneapolis? Yeah, I think I got it then. All right. Fed President Neil Kashkari said he expected the Fed to slow its pace of future rate cuts after a strong start to the easing cycle. Remember, we had 50 basis points in September. While later Fed President Raphael Bostic said the economy was nearing normalization faster than expected, although he did not expect the Fed to go on a mad dash. Now, we're still expecting about 1.125 percentage point cuts by the end of the year, right? Fed cut rates by the top end of the market expectations last week and signaled the beginning of an easing cycle that analysts expect to bring rates down by 125 basis points. That's basically 1.25 percentage points by the end of the year. That would take us from 5.5 down to 4.25 on the federal funds rate. Now, we've got big price data. This is the number one data for the Fed. So the PCE price data index is coming out on Friday. So that's going to be a big deal leading into the weekend, folks. That's going to be a big deal. We'll see how that goes, both for the stock market and for crypto, presumably. Is likely to factor into the Fed's plans for lowering rates. Ahead of that, the Consumer Board Confidence Index for September is due later in the session. So that's kind of where we are on that. And of course, Nvidia flying. The stock market's doing pretty well. Let's quickly look at the Federal Rate Monitor to see where the market is at the moment on the November rate cuts. Remember, this is going to be just after the US election. So that's on the 5th of November. This is the 7th of November. So we've got 6 weeks and 1 day, 70 hours to go. So far, we have actually a pretty aggressive expectation from the market. 55%, the majority of the market is expecting a 50 basis point rate cut. That would get us down to 4.5. So if we get that, man, bull market on for crypto, I'm sure of it. So there we go. So looking pretty good. So that is the economic news. Let's go to crypto. And we've got the markets, consolidating, but Bitcoin, importantly, looking very good. $64,297, up 1.5%. The Bitcoin dominance has broken below 55, so we're at 54.98. So altcoin season soon. I guess we'll have to bring the altcoin season chart back tomorrow. We had it here. Was it yesterday, the other day? And so we'll probably have to bring that back. Ethereum at the moment, $2,651, pretty much flat after a nice little pushback up here. And of course, we've got Solana up 5.3%. Really nice move there. You can see that at $152. And ADA also has been a surprise, up 7%, up to almost 39 cents there. So ADA and Solana on the move at the moment. Everything else is up slightly there, as you can see on those. So XRP up 1%. So that's kind of the play there. Let's jump over to Bitcoin, have a quick look closer on the daily. We avoided a death cross on Bitcoin. Whew, sigh of relief. Everyone's saying sigh of relief because we are in rec September, right? But it's last year was green. This year has been green as well. So we've been very, very lucky. And of course, we've got a halving year. We've got the Bitcoin ETFs in January. We've got the Ethereum ETFs. I mean, things have been pretty good, haven't they? And so we end up moving out of the September. That red line is September. And we're moving out pretty nicely, and we've avoided a death cross. Hooray! So far, so good. And we're going into October, right, which is Uptober. And you guys know last year we had green months, October, November, December. So we're going to get it today, this year. I think so. It's looking good for it. And, of course, if we get President Trump on the election, that's super good. Now, I am worried about the real economy in the United States moving into, Q1, maybe Q2 next year. I think there possibly could be challenges there. And, of course, if the deep state's out there trying to undermine Trump. Let's assume Trump wins. Deep state tries to undermine him. They did that this last election, and obviously, if the sort of battleground states elections results, it was pretty obviously shady, to be honest. So we'll leave it there. But that's where we are at the moment. Fifth, and then we've got interest rate cuts, maybe 50 basis points in November. So bullish, man, bullish. So bullish month of October, bullish news potentially. Especially if Trump wins. It's going to be the opposite if he doesn't. But let's fingers crossed, right? Pro crypto president. Now we have seen Kamala talk about crypto, being friendly, but it's all a lie. We all know it's a lie, fake out. Just more deception there from the evil ones. That's all we're going to say. All right, so that's kind of the play there. The Ethereum at the moment. Let's go to that. Now Ethereum has been in a death cross. So let's have a look at the daily chart there. This is the daily chart. So we have had a nice, beautiful rally here. And we're currently just consolidating on Ethereum after that rally. We came, $2,260. We're now at $2,650 and consolidating. Pretty cool. Now, the other positive thing is that we had the 200-day moving average in yellow. And, of course, we're in a death cross. Unlike Bitcoin, we're in a death cross. And we've actually started to, shape that out and start to turn back up. And, of course, the 200-day moving average in blue here is coming down to meet. So we can come up and meet that and maybe cross. I don't know where we're going to cross. Maybe $2,700, $2,800, something like that, maybe in here, maybe even higher, maybe somewhere in like that place. So maybe 2,750 or above, and get that cross on for October, and away we go, right? Away we go, and benefit from interest rate cuts, and maybe if Trump wins that as well. So that's kind of cool. Now Ethereum's definitely been experiencing more use. Obviously the second layer protocols have been eating its lunch a bit. Pro-dank sharding probably contributed to that too. But the gas prices have definitely been rising. More activity on the chain with the price rally. We can see, look at that. So we've been getting some real spikes in the last week. This is the last day, I should say. We spiked up today over 100 Gwei. For those that were getting used to 1 and 2 Gwei, even sub 1 Gwei, that has disappeared at the moment. So the last day, the lowest has been around 10 Gwei, just over 10 Gwei. It's not been that much fun for people that are getting used to super cheap. Now, if you also were doing end stakes for Zen or end stakes for Hex, well, on Ethereum, well, that's changed around now. You were getting them out with pretty cheap prices, and it wasn't so bad. But now it makes the Pulsechain use case even better, right? Because you're still doing 1 cent or something for a Pulsechain swap, but you've got this expense on Ethereum now. So, and we're not even in the bull market rally. Once we really start to go, NFT collections are launching, and New projects are launching. It really does start to fill up, even with second layer protocols. So we're already seeing the opening of that. 24 Gwei right now as we speak. So there we go. Over the last 7 days, that is the line there. Last time we had 4 Gwei was all a week ago. We had 4 Gwei a week ago. That's how much it's changed. Look at it. Real uptrend there. That moves us on into the meme coins on the old crypto market. Dogecoin back at 16 billion. How about that? Leading number one there, up 9% for the week, almost 2% for today. So we're getting some movements here in the old memes. That's a good sign. Altcoin season starting to slowly usher in. Mad gains for everybody. I'll sprinkle mad gains. There we go. Mad gains for everybody. I don't know. I'm turning this show into a comedy show, but there we go. You're up. Peppy coin up 17% for the week, 5% today. Dog with hat up 30% for the week, 12% today. So we're getting some real nice movements here across the board. You can see it. Popcat up 44% on Solana, looking pretty good. Nero has really been climbing, hasn't it? Up 80% for the week. That thing's just been on a really nice tier there, over $500 million too. Not too bad there going on. Everything up. Look at us. Cats with dog 40%. Mogcoin up 40%. So really nice stuff there. Dogs on Ton Chain just experienced a bit of sell pressure and has sort of faded a little bit over $500 million. It's now at 446 million. Pipcoin up 26% for the week. Flat today. 23% on Turbo. Etc. So there we go. Now we're going to get to Dog on Runes, right? So Dog on Runes is up 20% for the week. Yeah, I think the bottom's in. And I said that yesterday to somebody, and we're up 7.6% today. So this was a really good pickup. If you can pick up that. That's still super cheap, right? Real cheap. Now they're already in negotiations with Kraken from the looks of it, and in terms of getting that, they get their tier 1 exchange. It's away, right? Binance, Kraken, something like that. And Kraken is already, looks like they're getting, talking about getting that infrastructure in. So Dogs, maybe in a couple of weeks' time could be absolutely, get a gold mode candle. Certainly a good place to pick up now. And of course, gaining hundreds of users. I think it's over 89,000 users, probably heading to 90,000 users now holding that, right? So kind of cool. We're doing really well. So that's Dogs on Runes on Bitcoin. We're picking that, mate. That could very well, if it gets to tier 1s, start challenging the top of the list here, maybe even Dodge itself during the bull market, right? Because it's the top meme coin on Bitcoin. So that's the play there. We've got the coin market cap, 2.26 trillion is the market cap, 1.6% today. So that's pretty good. And the volumes are just under 75 billion, down 5%. That is our crypto wrap up today. And we're going to get into Pulsechain and Pulse gains, is it? Or Pulsechain consolidations today. That's what we're going to get into now. Who else has jumped in the chat? Let me just have a swig of good old latte. That's good. I love lattes. I love lattes. All right, let's get into it. Who else has jumped in here? We got up to Anita with Big Kahuna in the house there. Hey, Big Kahuna. Hex Token channel member represent. Don't forget to get into the polls as well. Subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and fill out the poll. That'd be pretty cool. What else there? Crypto Fear says, NVIDIA teraflop my transistor, says Crypto. Yeah. I wonder if you got spare 10 to 30K, you could get one of those AI chips. Who knows what you can do with it if you've got some else. Pulsechain Altcoin Talk says, love the channel. It's time to double, triple down on RH coins. Absolutely. Sorry for all those who have lost their money in the recent Hexy Bastard scam, Abdul scam. I don't know. I haven't been following that. And of course, we're no drama channel, so I don't really cover those things apart from, we might mention the rug if it's the rug. I haven't really been covering that one though. You feel free to hit me up in Discord about that. Jack Levin has a cat with the hat, says Brendan. He does indeed. He does indeed. You've got that in your profile pic, have you? No, you haven't. What do you got? You got Pulsechain and Ethereum there, whacking the old slap there with Will Smith. Nice one there, Brendan. You have to change your profile pic to the Zencat. Are you going to change it to Zencat? Wookie's been playing with, he's still going there. Have we talked about Wookie's? I don't know. Yeah, we're going to have to. Wookie's up to trouble as usual. What else we got there? Blair's in the house there. Hi, Blair. Good to see you. And yeah, if you haven't joined Strategy Club, join up today as well. We're most welcome to have you there. Multi-chain opportunity is what we look at there. All right. I like the rockets there, Big Kahuna. I like the rockets. All right, let's get into Pulsechain. It's time. Now, you guys know we just passed day 500 on Pulsechain and really started to take off, hasn't it? Really started to take off. Let's get into that. Bam. All right, day 501. Here we come. The next 500 days. This is the first day of them, of course, where the price of Pulse is at quadruple 0439. Still at 44% of the mean sacrifice price, down 1.7% today. Pulsex at quadruple 02838, down 2% as well. and the buy and burn just keeps slowing up. But you guys know we've had terrific volume over on Pulsechain, really starting to pick up there. We're going to check out what that is today. But yeah, 996.3 billion Pulsex has been bought up and burned. That is $23.7 million at the current price. So pretty amazing. 4.94% of the public supply has gone forever. And we're about to hit 2 milestones there, right? 1 trillion and 5%. So kind of cool. Incentive token is $2.18, down 3% at the moment. The ratio has dropped below 50,000. Now 1.7% is the Pulsechain price. The rest of it's the ratio to Pulse, excuse me. And the buy and burn, sorry, not the buy and burn, the supply of 43 million tokens, assuming that's updated. I think we had that yesterday, so I'm not sure. We got Hex at the moment is down 6%. Now Hex has been on an absolute ripper, but the RSI was getting hot. It was getting hot. Got to respect the RSI to some degree, right? You can push it sometimes, but man, it's got some respect there. Down 6%. We got Hex on Pulsechain at just under 8,600 a penny. We got EHEX at 2,200 a penny. That's down slightly from yesterday. So we got the combined price EHEX and PX still at 1.08 cents, so almost 1.1 cents. So that's doing very well. Nice little recovery back to that 1 cent mark. That's the stepping stone to 2 and 3 cents and 5 and 7 cents and 10 cents, and this kind of thing. Now, I had someone yesterday tell me that they thought fair value on Hex at the moment was 10 cents. So you guys let me know in the chat what you think about that. What do you think fair value for Hex is? Not what it will be in the bull market, but where fair value is, kind of that long-term, I guess, a price floor maybe. I don't know. You decide. All right. So that is where we are at the moment. Let's go to the charts. And as you guys know, we've got the Richard Hart court case coming up. So it's specific to the Pulsechain, but it will have ramifications for the wider crypto market with some of the, SEC, what SEC is trying to do there. So that's coming up on the 31st of October. Got moved from the 24th of October, and that is counting away. How far away is that? Well, it is 36 days to go, so almost down to a month. And that's going to be in New York, the city of dreams and chaos. Is it city of dreams and chaos? I don't know. Can you have dreams when you got chaos? I don't know. You let me know. Maybe you can have nightmares. They're called nightmares when you mix chaos with dreams. There we go. All right. So, we've got 36 days to go on that one. Now, you guys can see on Pulsechain, the RSI definitely got pretty hot there on the 22nd. We're now on the 24th, and it's coming down here. So we were up at 77. We're now down at 63. And the price there just cooling off a little bit there. I think it's got some good support at 4,200. We're currently at 4,400 at the moment. So maybe a bit of 4,200 there, bit of support here. I really feel like we're going to probably zigzag up a little bit there. But anyway, we've got good support at the moment. On the weekly, let's go to the weekly. In fact, let's have a look at the traders chart. Traders chart's way good. So it's down at 44. So we could definitely, maybe we have that support at 42, and then we can start going back up again. Hey, we're almost there. So far, so good. In fact, we've hit 43, so it's pretty close to 42, but a good chance we might come back down and test that again with support of 42 before we go back on Pulse. Pulse still super cheap, right? Still cheap, super cheap, and that 4 hour looking pretty good. All right, let's go to Pulsex. Pulsex is way undervalued in my opinion, but hey, the markets will decide. But I think all the DEX is probably going to be re-rated in the bull market, right? You guys know how it works. We've got a bullish cross here on the daily that is pretty much played out. Now we've got an RSI just cooling off. We had the RSI at 75 down at 61 here. We could go as far as maybe 52. We'll see what happens there. And of course, let's go full on here. Where's the 4 hourly on this one? 4 hourly's cooled off at 44. So I don't think we got much further to go. So yeah, we might actually really have a good chance of moving up again with the RSI cooling off on the 4 hourly. That's really good actually. So yeah, maybe we've got good support here at 2,300. I'm feeling pretty good about Pulsex. And that RSI cooled off on a 4 hour. That's the trader's view, right? 4 hour, and on the RSI there it is at 61. Maybe we just need a little bit more chilling out, 55. So yeah, good support, 22 to 2,300. I think that's where we're going to mark it. And of course, that would 22.81 is where the 13-day is. So I think that's pretty good. I think worst case is 2,100, but yeah, looking pretty good. Incentive token. Let's have a look at the ratio. It has been like a boss, hasn't it? This incentive token. Let's have a look at the ratio. Man, it's pretty much sitting just below the middle of the range. 49,610 there, but like a boss, doing really well on that one. And so if you're into Pulse XP1 farms, better than us. All right, Hex, of course, has been the big star of the show. The RSI is still hot, though, still at 72. And, of course, we have come down today on a brand new candle, but yesterday, which just closed a few minutes ago, the low was 7877, which is getting pretty close to where I think I had my low. Let's go. Actually, let's get rid of Pulse there. Let's go to US dollars. And let's go full screen. And where are we up here? So, yeah, I had support line. I'm just trying to remember, 74.75. I think I had support. 76.77. Yeah, 76.77. I think we kind of hit that, right? So, yeah, I think we got good support at 76.7700. So, and we actually spiked down to 78.77. So I think we've got good support there. RSI very hot, though, on the daily. So I do expect it to cool down a bit further. On the 4-hourly, what does indication does the 4-hourly give? Yeah, we're almost back to the 50, 53. So I think we're going to probably come back a little bit lower here before taking off. But once again, you know, if money comes over the bridge, then, well, you know, what's it going to do? It's going to keep going up, stay elevated on the RSI for a bit longer. But, yeah, I think that's probably a pretty reasonable expectation there. So, yeah, there we go. That is Hex looking awesome, right? Look at that chart. That's the 4-hourly chart looking fantastic. All right, so let's go to EHEX. EHEX, of course, a bit more chill at 2,200 a penny. So, you know, lots of upside for that potentially, but I need to consolidate a bit. Moving to the derivatives, let's have a look at the best performers. ACOSA up 1.7%, everything else down slightly. That's on the Hex derivatives. Looking at stable coins, we've had USDC and USD Tether still up quite a bit there. So 2,700 of a penny for USDC, 1,800 for USD Tether. But of course, PDI got absolutely smashed the other day. Is down 4% today. So let's have a quick look at PDI, the speculative stable coin. Look at that. So yeah, just got hurt. Got hurt there for sure. Let's have a look at the wider view. Let's go full screen. That is the wider view there. So yeah, got denied there. I haven't really followed up on the rationale there. People talking about Maker and stuff like that. We did see a guy, someone was picking up Curve, I think, yesterday on Pulsechain. So that might be a little play as well. So anyway, that's where we are. Just chilling out, taking a bit longer to get to 1 cent there, and we'll see where we go. That's pretty much it on that. Let's go to influencer coins. Everything's down on influencer coins. Obviously, Bromance have been doing really well. That's down 3.5% today. So let's have a quick look at Bromance. So Bromance still holding up there on the weekly. That's the weekly chart for Bromance. And this is Ben Armstrong, right? Ben Armstrong. We had that big volume yesterday. Look at that unusual big volume, $176,000. We don't normally get that. Normally it's down at $4,000, maybe $2,000. So that's pretty exceptional. Still holding up pretty well at the moment at 0002. We'll see if that can continue to hold. The RSI is overbought, so be careful. I wouldn't be really picking it up at this stage until it cooled off. That's all we're going to say about that. All right, let's jump over to the rest of the coins and have a look at how the whole market's gone for Pulsechain, and then we're going to come back to Jacob's ecosystem. Let's get into it. So we've got some good stuff coming. All right, total market cap at the moment is total volume 26.2 million. You got to be happy with this, folks. This is really good. We had 40 million yesterday, 26 million today. I'm pretty happy with this where this is. I'm sure one day we'll be over the 100 million mark and beyond. But it's pretty good to see this. Top token at the moment, Love token. Now, we haven't seen a lot from the Love team, have we? But Love.io, it's up 25% today. Very low liquidity, 14K. I don't know what happened to this team, really, but it's number one at the moment. Let's have a quick look at the Love.io token. Let's have a look there. All right, so the chart's been pretty good. It's performed kind of nice. Let's see what performance we've had on this chart. Really bottomed out, though, right? So up 122% in 3 weeks. Not bad, not bad. But look at that chart. Horrendous, mega horrendous. It's mega horrendous. That is the weekly chart. But hey, look, I mean, Pulsechain was in a downtrend, but nevertheless, I haven't really seen a lot from the team. Let me know if you've seen much from the team. I haven't really seen much from the team there. The other one is, of course, we used to talk USDC up a little bit there, 7%. Peppy up 3%. Not a lot of movers there. Mafia, of course, is up today, and we got big news about that, so we're going to talk about that in a second. And Peach managing to make 1.4%. And Gophers, good old Gophers there from a dip catcher there up 1%. How are Gophers going? Let's have a look at Gophers while we're at it. This is the first contract of its type, right, on the old, was it 401s, 409s, something like that. The experimental Ethereum contract on Pulsechain. So yeah, it's definitely rallied down, got all the way down here. Look at that, man, oh man, oh man. So what's the top? Let's go from there to there on Gophers. That's down 89%, currently down 85%. And of course, let's have a look from the bottom. Where's it up from the bottom? Now we're at the bottom. Now we're here, but we're up off the street there with JLo, up 42% in 2 weeks. So nice little recovery there for that on the old Gophers. And they launched on Solana too, didn't they? Yeah, they launched on Solana too, I'm pretty sure. Big shout out to Zipcatcher and Golkey, represent as we say. So that is pretty much it on the markets there. Let's go quickly to GoPulse. Have a look at the rest of the things. Gas prices, man, see Ethereum high, Ethereum high, but Pulsechain low. So Pulsechain, the use case for low gas prices, still very good. Full DeFi chain, full layer one, fork of Ethereum. It's got all the right metrics there for, ROI protocols, metaverses, you name it. You can do everything on Ethereum. On Pulsechain. At 331,000 beats, only half a penny for Pulsechain swap at the moment. Super, super good. 3,000. Yes, 3,100 times cheaper than Ethereum. So there we go. 7 Ngwei on Ethereum right now, but 3,100 times cheaper on Pulsechain. That is of high value. Let's go to the validators. 48,729 validators at the moment. And the bridge, this is what we're heartbeat. We're only down a couple 100,000 from yesterday. So I think we're at 106.4, was it? Something like that, or 2. So we're only down a couple 100,000, still sitting at $106 million. This is really good. In fact, the the EDI has gone up. We're up about another 400,000 on the EDI, so that's really good. So nice stuff. We did have some nice buying on Hex yesterday too. So kind of cool. Ethereum, of course, is pretty flat. Wrap Bitcoin is up slightly. Coast is pretty much the same. EHEX is down slightly. And I think USDC, USD Tether, I don't know what the changes are happening there, but that's kind of it. Not much happened there. Pretty good. Pulsechain looking strong like a boss in the steps. It's got to step up to the magic upride, but we're getting there. Day 502 has just started. Now, what we're going to do is look at Mafia because we're getting some big news, right? Getting some big news from Mafia, and no one's front running the price on it. No one's front running the price. So let's get into it. This is the Mafia price on BNB, but let's do Pulsechain first, since we do mainly Pulsechain coverage. So let's go full screen. So this is the price of Pulse. No, it's BNB. What the heck? Where am I going here? Are they both? Wait a minute. This is Pulsechain. My bad. All right. So this is Pulsechain. So that's the price of Pulsechain. So we got up to 2400th of a penny up here twice. We've come down. Now we haven't really had a big update since the allegiances here on the 18th of July. So we really haven't had much there happening at all. But the phase 5 of the marketplace for Pulse Mafia and BNB Mafia was back here on the 26th of June. So it's been a long time. Let's be fair. I know Jacob's been unwell. The team's been on holiday. So we had a few things, but the team's been diligently moving forward, and we've been getting big updates, and we're finally here. Now we're here 91 days later, and here we are on the launch. So I've actually got this for Tuesday. I'm going to have to move that a day because it's kind of coming out now. And there we go. And maybe in a week there. Let's push it out one more day for that, stage 7. So let's go full screen and let's have a look here. So what are we expecting today? We are expecting stage 6, the exchange, within a few hours. I don't know if it's out yet. We're going to have a look on the website. This is a big stage. I cannot say this enough. If you're playing Pulse Mafia, if you want to play, you're coming at the right time. This is a very, very big deal. Stage 6 exchange. And of course, we know that Bullets and Heart LPs are going to go live probably today, tomorrow, and the next day. We've got step 1, OTC and conversion. So we're going to have the over-the-counter and conversion. Also, we're going to have the dollars, right? So the update will include liquid cash for all players. So if you've got in-game currency, you can't actually use it at the moment, right? But it's going to be dropped to your wallet pretty much from what I can see here. So you're going to have liquid cash. So the cash that you can see that you've won through opening up crates with keys is going to be in-game cash. And that's going to be really huge. A lot of people will be able to play this game and make a passive income. Some people may even be able to live off it. It really is going to be pretty exciting. The more you get better at this game, the more opportunity you're going to have, right? And it's not just income, but asset building as well, building up asset values, just like McDonald's, right? Less about the margins of McDonald's, more about the location, because Mafia's bring the first metaverse to Pulsechain. You heard it. Mafia's bring the first metaverse, so it's going to be epic. All right, so kind of cool. Stage 2, which will probably be tomorrow or the next day, I don't know. We'll see. But deposit and withdrawals are coming after that. And apparently withdrawals might be slightly staggered. So deposits first makes a lot of sense. The OTC will most likely be powerful for tile exchanges during pre-launch. So we're expecting the allocation potentially of the metaverse coming up. and therefore we probably need the map for that. So we'll see. Maybe they could do it without the map because you don't see the map, but you get the land with the time. So we might see that, we have keys. So this is going to be a bonanza. If all the 11,000 tiles get put up, well, that's $220,000, right? So we could have up to that. Obviously, some people got free keys. We're presuming that the keys are the same keys and the same price, at $20 a key. Then yeah, that would be $220,000 just to get the land grab on the metaverse on Mafia. See what I mean? It's a big game. It's a big game. And of course, we already know that Mafia is well over, I think, $350,000 in the vault as well. So you can see this game is going to be a legit economic vehicle on Pulsechain and playing on BNB as well. So pretty cool. Cool. At the moment, very friendly price, and the market hasn't reacted to it. The market's not front running it. So the price sitting at the moment is 0.007178. I think we had a couple little buys today, but opportunity abounds in the good old Mafia on Pulsechain. If you guys want to consider picking up, do your own due diligence. But that is it. Now, if you're in the directorate allegiance, like you're in the syndicate, you're in the if you're in the syndicate, if you're in the Yakuza, if you're in the Illuminati, or if you're in the Hustlers, the 4 families, mate, chance to pick up good Mafia right now is sitting right in front of you. And we got major stages about to open up in a few hours' time. So well worth considering that. Obviously, the game's still a little while away, but it's probably going to be sooner than people think, especially if we get the map out within the next week as well. It's getting closer and closer. So, and of course, somebody's going to buy the market up first, right? So maybe it's you. There we go. So that's kind of cool. Let's jump over to BNB. BNB at the moment, this is the BNB chart. Looks very different, of course. And of course, we've got the same thing coming up, right? Same thing launching here for that. So same thing. We're going to have the OTC and conversion, the in-game money and everything else. So it's going to be pretty awesome. And then map maybe within a week. I've got maybe in a week there, question mark on that. So that is super bullish. Let's go to the website. This is Mafia. Let me do a refresh just to make sure if there's any changes here. We don't know how it's actually going to interface. So that's the other thing. But let's go. We've got players at the moment. We've got 982 players on Pulsechain, 17 crime families, and a whopping vault, 5.58 billion pulse in there, worth $250,000 at the moment. This thing here could quadruple even more, so keep a lookout for that. Obviously, with the metaverse opening up, it's going to be able to potentially fund even more money through activities, and of course, we're going to have deflation in the system as well, and we're going to have quite a few cool features where we're going to have almost NPC market makers and stuff like that. So it's not just going to be playing against players, but you're going to be playing against the house. The house also wants to create deflation and make this a valuable game. So yeah, it's going to be fun to if you want to sell something you don't want to put on the market, you want to sell it to the market maker, then yeah, it's you may get a good value. You get out, do whatever you want, but the market maker is going to try and make a profit. And of course, deflation. I love that aspect of this game, so it's going to be pretty awesome. So that's kind of cool at the moment. The families, we got the gearheads are taking #1 spot. What's happened? They got the syndicate, the directorates all moved around. We got the syndicate at #2. Now Yakuza's moved up to #3 there. Salamanca's at #4. They've been pushed down by the Yakuza, the powerful Yakuza in New York. And of course, the Hustlers there sitting at #5, part of the directorate. So directorate there still control 3 out of the 5 of the families, looking pretty good there. How long will it take for the Hustlers to take #4 place off the Salamancas? Will the Salamancas respond? All this stuff, stay tuned. The Mug now sitting there at #6 as well. Let's not, they're not a sleeping horse, so we've got to keep tabs of them as well. And the OG gangsters down there on the bottom there at the moment. So let's see how we go with that. Now, obviously, people are going to open up crates. We're waiting for that. So people need to buy keys. You can buy keys with Pulse and all that sort of stuff. And they're going to use that to buy the land in the metaverse. Man, can you see how crazy it's going to be? The people have been buying in-game stuff, right? You can buy stuff like that. There's also still 38 million Mafia to win, OG NFTs. But all the businesses have gone, right? The only way to get businesses now to buy them on the market. And I don't know if we've got any on the market. Let's have a look if there are any on the market. Yeah, we've got 2. We've got Stromboli's Roulette and we've got Aussie's Narcotics there as well. And typically, Australia was settled by convicts from the UK, and they also came to New Zealand and caused a lot of chaos. It's not surprising that the Aussies got the narcotics warehouse in that case then anyway. So that's one out for you Aussies out there. I thought I'd give you a dig while I'm on the live stream. All right, so there we go. Let's move on. So let's go over to the wiki. We're going to go to the wiki. This is where all the info is. We're going to get into that. But before we do that, let's have a look on BNB and quickly check out So if you want to buy Mafia on BNB, you can get like 3 times more Mafia at the moment, or 4 times more Mafia on BNB. I think it's 3 times more Mafia. So you can check out that chart as well. You can play on BNB and Mafia. So that is the Pulsechain one, and that is the BNB chart there. If you want to do it, remember, do your due diligence and all that good stuff. Baguna says, Wookie. Yeah, he liked that. He likes, he's got his own fan club as Wookie. So that is kind of where we are at the moment on the Mafia. Let's go to the actual results over here. So at the moment, we've got 904 players, slightly less players on BNB, just slightly. We've got more crime families, so 18. In fact, this is new. I didn't realize when did the new family come in. We've got a new family here, folks. Where's that one? Let me have a look here. Is it the cartel? Yeah, maybe it's the cartel. The Messinas. No, the Messinas here. This is a new family here. Whoa. What's going on there? That's a new family, the Messinas. Oh, where are they based? Messina. They're in Messina. I guess that makes sense. Interesting. 2 members at the moment. I will keep a lookout on this one there. So a new family has arrived on BNB Mafia. Whoa. Now, is that the new influencer? Maybe it's that new influencer there. Yeah, we'll see. See what happens here. Here we've got number 1 is OG Gangsters at the moment. The Syndicate, number 2. So the Directorate's still controlling 3 out of 5 over here as well. Of course, you guys know I'm the conciliary for the Directorate. And, of course, we have the best Don of Dons. The Don of Dons, Archie, out there absolutely crushing the game. He's 5 steps ahead of the other families. You watch him. Doing pretty amazing. Now, we got the OG Gangsters at number 1. We got the Syndicate at number 2. The Mugnaus at number 3. The Yakuzas at number 4. Remember, the Mugnaus is sitting at number 6 on Pulsechain, but number 3 over here. The Yakuza at number 4 and the Illuminati at number 5 here, controlling. So the Directorate, very powerful there. Like I say, if you're in any of these Directorate families, man, pick up some Pulsechain. Pick up some Pulsechain Mafia, some BNB Mafia while you can, because you're going to get in nice and early before this big upgrade. And, of course, the map coming up and then the game starting later on. It's going to be pretty cool. Now, let's go to the crates. Now, over on crates, of course, you can buy crates for keys, I should say, for $20. Obviously, BNB, USD Tether, USDC required. And, of course, they've got the businesses still there. There's still 17 businesses remaining. And, of course, we don't have that on Pulsechain, so you can actually get them by opening up crates with your keys. And, of course, we've got Mafia there, 49. So someone's won. There's 900,000 Mafia's been won. There was nothing won. So someone's won some of that now. And, of course, keys. You can win up to 100 game keys. Imagine that. You think about it. If you win game keys, and they're the ones that we're using for the land grab, then man, that is crazy good. That is crazy good, man. All right, so that's kind of that on that. The marketplace is continuing to turn over. You know, people buy and sell on the market. You can always pick up stuff that. So when people open up stuff in crates, you can go and buy and sell it in the secondary market, and you pay a Mafia on BNB here. So that's kind of the highlights there. Let's have a look at the vault. We've got $250,000 on Pulsechain at the moment. We've got $89,000 here on BNB. So, yeah, looking pretty good. So if you add that up together, what's that? 340,000 almost, something like that. And, of course, it was well over that the other day. So watch out that. That's going to go up real fast. We're going to have $500,000, $1 million plus, and it's going to be fed with a lot more stuff in the future. So that's pretty good. Now, let's go to, remember, if you're buying or selling, just want to make this very clear. If you're buying or selling Mafia, there is a tax. I just want to make that clear. So if your buy tax is 4.7%, so you're going to need a 5% slippage. A sell tax is 16.6% slippage, tax, and you're going to need 20% slippage. Okay, just remember that. So pretty much, if you're going to buy Mafia, you are losing 20%. Now, if the price goes up 50%, then you're in the money, right? So just that's kind of the logic there. Just to let you know if you're speculating. But if you're playing the game, you just don't care as much about that. You're just playing the longer game. All right, so let's quickly go to the exchange. This is what's coming up in a few hours, apparently. So, yeah, exchange, the only point of capital entry and exit into the game. Big deal. If you need to deposit assets in the game, you go to the exchange office. Part of the phase, liquidity pools for both bullets and health will become available. So, at the moment, we've got Mafia, right? We've got Mafia, but we're going to have bullets and health. And, of course, people have been playing the Mafia game, and they've been opening up bullets and health, right? So if you go to the DApp, which is pretty cool. Let's go back to the DApp here. I'll just put the BNB one in just so you can see it. You can play that, right? Let's have a look here. Brennan says, no drama channel, says Brennan. Absolutely. Yeah. Check the updated land tiles and buildings page. I will do that. Thanks, Crypto, if you appreciate that. And don't dig yourself in the hole there. You're talking about my Aussie dig. Yeah, Aussie dig, that's true. We have a lot of Aussies around. That's just how to do it. All right, you guys don't know. Well, one day playing cricket, the Aussies did an underarm bowl and stole the chance of us hitting a 6 and winning the game. It was a terrible day. We haven't recovered ever since. I mean, it's like 40 years ago, but still. That's the link there to the Mafia. You just switch over to Pulsechain with the toggle at the top there. You can select the Pulsechain to go to Pulse Mafia. That's on both chains. All right, so yeah, that's kind of cool. Let's we're going to do this land title thing, so I'll come back to that updated land tiles and buildings page. So yeah, at the moment, so this is the play. So let's come back to the wiki. And of course, what I'd say on the market is that you can actually go to the filter and you can filter for hearts and bullets, right? And you can buy them on the market before they trade. So there we go. That's the one there. And you can also buy health as well. Well, you got to refresh those. Sometimes you need to refresh just to get the filter working properly. But we can go to health, and we've got 1 health there. So people have been buying the bullets and health. No kidding, because they're about to go trading live on Deck Screener. So in-game stuff's going to be trading with with Deck Screener stuff and live. So it's going to be really, really fun to see that play out. All right, so let's go down to the exchange. That's what we're at to. And this is what's coming out today in stages. So look like we're going to have 2 or 3 stages of this. And of course, yeah, the exchange bridge between the outside world and the Mafia game. So this is a huge deal, right? We're now opening up the interconnectedness between these even more than we have with Mafia, the conversion of items in the Mafia game. So we've got the taxes. So there's going to be taxes there for the bullets and health. And of course, there's going to be withdrawal taxes as well if you're taking in-game stuff out. So going to be pretty fun. All fees will get burned, so it's deflationary. Love that. And of course, what else there? Protocol is always going to give you an offer. So there's going to be some sort of market maker that's going to be working for the game. Doesn't work for you necessarily, but it will give you an offer. And yeah, the exchange man will take your items and give you cash for it. But look out, might not always be the best deal. So I love that. There's going to be different conversions. We don't know what it's going to be. These are just placeholders at the moment. We'll see what the actual items in the game are worth. In conversions, going to be supply and demand. Is there a war on at the moment in the game? Is there a lot of killing? Is there, you just don't know all the different factors. Are people going to hoard stuff because they think it's valuable, and so they're going to try and take as much off the market? So you've got lots of different little tactics and strategies that people will play. Pretty cool. Now the exchange officer knows the prices of all purchased assets, so he knows everything. He wants to turn a profit himself. He is well trained by the taxman. So we've got the taxman now in the game. We've also got the exchange officer. These are part of the system, right? Part of the Mafia world. And so you don't control them. They do their own thing. The exchange officer doesn't care about how much time you put into ranking your bodyguard, or he doesn't care about anything you do, basically. If you spend certain monies, exchange officer will only look at the out-of-pocket expenses. So pretty cool. That is fun. All right, so let's move on. And of course, after the exchange, we're expecting the map. That may be a week away. Let's see where this or how far that is. Maybe a week or something. But we know it's probably going to be closer than we think because of the exchange. Now let's go to the, where do we go to? We're going to go to the, where are we going? We're going to the updated land titles and buildings. Let's scroll down here. So land titles updates, so kind of cool. All right, so don't miss out on claiming your piece of Mafia. This is a bonanza. This is going to be a gold rush. It's going to be absolutely epic, this, right? So not only are we going to have Mafia, this is going to be a big deal here. So don't miss out. You're claiming your piece of Mafia there. User tiles, 1,000. There's going to be 1,011 cities, so 11,000. And of course, there's going to be 1,500 titles in the city all up. There's going to be 100 to 400 infrastructure tiles, 100 to 400 environment titles, etc. So you guys are here nice and early, man, honestly. And this is an opportunity, a real big opportunity. It's going to be fun. And remember, this is not just a Mafia game, which by itself is fantastic, but it's also a metaverse world, right? It's going to be 3D, zoomable down to the street level. You're going to have really cool pieces, cars, and everything else. It's going to be a lot of fun to play and make money. Having fun making money, we all like doing that. So how to claim a land title, select what city you would like. Now, this is really cool. This is very important. Now, we weren't absolutely sure how much control we would have on what land you get. So you use a key, you open up a crate to get a piece of land or something like that. We didn't know whether you're going to be able to get in the city. So this is really good. So if you're in a particular Mafia family, maybe you're in Chicago, you'll be able to target Chicago and you'll get some land. You don't know whether it's going to be high value, middle class, upper class. You don't know that sort of stuff. But the fact it's in the city, this is a lot more bullish. So this is going to make families much stronger very quickly and much faster. So yeah, spend 1 key on opening land crate. So yeah, spend 1 key on opening a land crate. The first RNG, so it's a random number generator. So you're going to have a random, you don't know what you're going to get. It's going to random will decide which of the 1,000 available spots you will get. You could get an incredible spot, or you could get a really out in the what-what's kind of spot, out in the distance. So you just don't know. The second RNG will decide at what development stage you will start. So there's two different value adds onto this. So you might get one that's not in the best location, but maybe it has good development stage, right? So that makes it more valuable. Or you could get one right in the best location and with a really good development stage. So there we go. You might, it's probably going to be some sort of bell curve on that. So some people will get extremely good results. Some people will have average results. Some people will have bad results. That's just the way it goes. The second RNG will decide development stage. That's going to be cool. Now, very lucky users might get a hotel or on a map. Imagine that, getting a hotel. OMG, wouldn't you be so scouting about that? That'd be crazy. Update day one, earning you city inflation straight away. So if you've got a hotel straight away, you're going to be earning city inflation. That's money in the bank just like that. The 20 bucks you spent or whatever it's going to be is going to be money well spent. Using keys, you can claim land titles. The game will randomly select one of the available land titles, just like crates. You can either get a very rare available tile, or you can get a less desirable tile. So there we go. Just like crates, you can either get a very rare and valuable tile, or you can get a less desirable tile. Very important there. There are many factors that impact the world of each tile: zones, variants, connectors, and so on. So that's going to be important. All users' own tiles can be upgraded and built upon, so you will be able to pay for that, I guess. And that's going to feed the game economy, maybe the vault as well. All users' own tiles can be transferred to other users. So you'll be able to, it's an NFT, right? So you're going to be able to send it between your wallets and between players, and of course to other players, right? And maybe you want to give the Don a property as a thanking him for his support or something. All users' own tiles can be transferred to other users and listed on their marketplace. So that's going to be a big boom. So we'll probably see a lot of product stuff on there. It won't just be all the cheap stuff, all the stuff that people don't want. There'll be a lot of valuable stuff there as well. But sometimes the cheap stuff can be very valuable to a Don or something like that that's building an landed empire, because it affects defense and connectivity. So even the ones that you might think are not worth that much may be worth a lot if it's useful to a Don of a family, right? So this is strategic things that may make things valuable that people don't quite expect, right? So just be careful. Just because you don't get initially a high development in a good location, that may actually be part of a bigger thing and may have more market value than you suspect. So if you see the way that Dons are setting up their families in cities, you might have a tile that may actually be sellable to them, in that sense, for a good price. Variants, elements, and tiles. The Mafia map consists of more than 1,000 uniquely designed 1920s style city elements, and I really love this. Right, this is so cool. Really quality. Everything is custom made and will not exist anywhere else in the Mafia protocol. How about that? How about that? Isn't that cool? And of course, this is a little teaser. They've used this little teaser, and I think that's going to be pretty cool of one of the blocks. So kind of cool. Now the other one, of course, is going to be buildings. So let's have a quick look at buildings here. When you own a land tile, it's about time you get started building on it. This development stuff is going to be crazy sick. The amount of economic energy that could go into this game and building asset values, not just income that you earn by playing, but asset values could be insane. List of upgradable options for user-owned land tile. You can only upgrade to the next level after the delayed time has passed. So there is a delay. You can't just go, upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. There is a time delay, which I like. It's not possible to jump between upgrade levels. All levels have to be passed to reach the final development stage. All upgrade functions will be available when phase 7 the map goes live. So that might be a week or two away, right? Maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. So that is coming up. It's got to be pretty close, I would suspect. We obviously want to allow people to open and get that land, the big land rush that's going on. So yeah, kind of cool. We got default there. Plain is that's your default. That's what you're going to get. Is default upgrade cost 3 power defense and so on. Now, if you want to upgrade to a shed, that's 250,000 in-game currency. So obviously we're going to get in-game currency dropped to us today, I believe. So if you got those as NFTs in the crates, then that's going to become in-game currency, and you'll be able to do that or convert it. So it's going to be pretty cool to see that play out. It's got defense powers. Obviously, you can upgrade to a house, upgrade to a villa, upgrade to an apartment block. Goes up to 5 million in-game currency. A mansion is 7.5. An office building 10 million. A large hotel, man, you'll want to win that hotel. 12.5. That's pretty cool. And of course, for the Dons, the family HQ, you need 10 keys for that upgrade. And of course, there's a time delay, 128 hours. So there we go. All upgrade prices are subject to change. Upgrading a hotel to a family HQ is only available at full game launch. So we won't have that until a bit later. Yeah, so kind of cool. Lots of cool stuff in there. I'm not going to go through all that, but look at that, little teasers of some of the preview maps there, looking pretty good. Obviously, there's lots of other things on the map that are going to be relevant. I won't go through all those as well. But yeah, it's going to be pretty excellent. awesome. Now, every city is going to have a developer role, so it's going to give you extra benefits like defense. So people are going to be after those developer roles. So only one developer role per city. Going to be pretty awesome. So that is what we're expecting today. Let's see how we go. I'll probably, maybe cover the launch tomorrow. If we get the exchange, maybe I'll go live. Who knows? That is kind of the play at the moment on that. Now, let's just quickly move on to the Hex payouts at the moment. So we haven't got yesterday's results, but we've got the day before, 7.6 Hex per T-share. Big jump in the share rate on Ethereum, up 50 at 37,000 on the share rate now. And on Pulsechain, we've got 7.2 payout there, up 47 on the share rate. So a little bit of movements there with the share rate stuff happening on the old Hex. There we go, hex.com. Today's results will probably be out soon, as my guess. So that's kind of it on the Pulsechain side. I hope you guys have enjoyed that coverage. And we're going to go to Pulsechain. We're going to go to TitanX now. For those that come for the TitanX, let's remove that and bam, let's go. Let's remove. I said remove. Go. All right. Who else has jumped on the chat there? Brennan there is crying himself out loud. And I think that's it in the chat. Yeah. All right. Let's move forward. All right. TitanX. Let's do it. Where are we up here? I got to get rid of that chart. They've got these new features on these Chrome browsers. You just never know what it's doing. Let's get rid of those though. And let's go to that one. And we're going to get into TitanX. Who likes TitanX? Put your hand up. But anyway, we've got the polls going on. So get into the polls. Get on the votes there. And let's bring this in. How are we doing? 56 minutes on the hour. Doing great time, actually. Even though we had a longer Mafia section than I was expecting to do. And this is the roadmap for TitanX. You know it. So we're going to come back to this. It's been upgraded, as you can see. Let's look at the performances over the last 24 hours. There has been a pretty serious consolidation in the TitanX system after having such huge rallies, different waves of rallies. I think we had 3 or 4 waves of price rallies, and it's just cooled off over the weekend, just obviously like we've had on Pulsechain after the rally there. And so there we go. Now, the best performer at the moment is Hyper. Yes, the leverage play on TitanX, up 4.46%. The only green one at the moment on 24 hours. Price sitting at 50260 there, 7. Let's have a quick look at that. And we can see the ratio. Let's go to the ratio. The ratio at the moment is sitting at a 3.74. So still holding up pretty well. Had been up at 7.5. Still looking pretty good there. And this is gaining a lot of popularity, right? A lot of popularity there. So people can do a leverage play on TitanX. Now, the ROI is lower, but it's captured a lot of economic value. So it gives a lot of potential upside there. Especially if you're trying to trade up your TitanX. Now, we've got a cool strategy about that in the Discord, in the strategy club, so you can definitely join us for that. And that's a nice little idea from one of our members, Brennan there, one of our mods. So we'll put that out there too. Helios at the moment is down only 3%, so everything's down. We're just going to do the rank there. Helios down 3%. Janus on Pulsechain is down 3.3%. DragonX, the big super whale, the big store of value, is down 3.6%, holding up pretty well though. Let's have a quick look at the DragonX ratio. It is sitting at 19.32, so still holding out really well is the old DragonX. Let's look at the ratio. This is the one that you really want to watch there, 9.32, still holding out very well. Now, 2 days ago, it got up to 20.34. It actually broke the 20 mark, and many people were expecting probably a consolidation around here, actually, maybe over the next week, and then a breakaway. But, hey, look, could break away early, but I suspect we might get a bit of a slow move up to there. We got the last of the big inflation of TitanX coming out, right? And so that's probably the play there. We got 7 more trillion candles, and then it's by the 5th of October, we are through the peak inflation, new inflation coming for TitanX. TitanX at the moment is the medium of exchange. So if DragonX is the store of value, it is the medium of exchange, and you can see at the moment it is at versus Ethereum, it is down 6% for the day and sitting at 7,130. It's kind of peaked out recently at 8,260. So we're just only down slightly from that. So actually, TitanX looking awesome. Not far away until it goes hyperdeflationary as well. This thing is about to get legitly good. Looking forward to that. So it's kind of cool. What else is going there? Inferno, which has been doing, it's another store of value, but it's I think in the next risk of class. We talk about the top 4, right? Hyper, Hydra, DragonX, and TitanX. And then I think next up that would be Inferno there from the Blaze team. And we saw quite a lot of volatility in the last couple of days. we actually peaked out, right? You think this chart's been an up chart for weeks, and then we got all the way up to 3,000. Was it 3,085? We've had a bit of selling from a lot of Inferno holders that may have come in much earlier and taken some profits, and we got all the way down to 1870 and now back up at 2200. But of course, we've got Flux out there as well as the buy and burn for Inferno, and the Flux is actually doing pretty well, I think. So we're going to look at the results for that in a minute. But there we are at 2200. The TitanX ratio, so look at that, is back at 308. So yeah, TitanX ratio got all the way down to 2.6, now back at 308. So nice little recovery there after all that volatility. So some people were getting pretty nervous with all these sell downs. Look, 1, 2, 3. We had some whales selling out there, some large holders, and finally we're starting to push back up there. And I think I talked about this in Strategy Club, that you would probably get this little U dip here, and then it'll start pulling back up. And that's so far what we're seeing there. But yesterday was certainly not a fun day for those that were seeing the price go down. But it did need probably a sell-off before it starts rising up, and it's got a lot of buy and burn coming from the Flux on a consistent basis at this stage, although it's still early days, but still I think looking good for at least for the first week or so. We got Flux there at the moment, which is the new one, which is benefiting Inferno. Let's have a look at the price of that at the moment, down 18% at the moment. So Flux there just zigzagging down, finding its floor. Now you've got to remember day 8's got a big staker payout, so we're going to talk about that. And so we might see some real rally in here. That's the hourly chart, but let's go to the daily. Daily, brand new daily. Then of course we finishing day off day 4, and we got day 3, we've got day 4, and so forth. By the time we get to day 8, it's going to be pretty interesting to see a rally. I'm expecting a bit of a U-turn potentially in the price chart. People want to buy, and if they don't go into auction, they have to buy in the market and then stake it to get some of that staking yield for the 8-day payout. So we'll see what happens there. What else? We're going to have a look at the results in a minute. Hydra coming in, number 9 there is down 19.5%. And of course, that's the big one, leveraging on DragonX and TitanX. And of course, what's the ratio on that? Let's have a quick look at that. It is 0.86 is the ratio of Hydra. And let's have a look on the DragonX. Go to DragonX. By DragonX, I meant not Hydra. Yeah. So this is not versus TitanX versus DragonX. 0.86. So come right down there at the moment. But actually, the roadmap for Hydra is actually not that much inflation coming out for 2 months or so. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. This we might see quite a good price performance in on this chart. So, but maybe the DragonX ratio continues to separate, and so it might put the DragonX Hydra ratio under a bit of pressure there. But you never know. We might see people start to speculate on the fact that there's not that much DragonX coming out for some time, given the minor global minor ladder that exists. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. LegendX there and JakeX, the meme coins, down 20%, 30% respectively for LegendX. Had a good day a couple of days ago, so they've definitely come back from that. And then Blaze down the bottom there, 43%. Obviously subject to the auctions that are going on there, and of course that uses Ethereum, right? Not TitanX to go in there. And that is the LegendX there on the daily. So we had a big pump, and we got a big sell-off there. Came about 50% the way down, sitting at 0005 at the moment. So we'll keep a lookout for that opportunity there. All right, so that's kind of the play there. Let's pull up the roadmap. This is the roadmap coming up. So that's existing projects. Those are the performances. There's a few comments I made about those. The next big one we've got is coming up is Vault. That is coming up on the 28th, and that is going to benefit DragonX in particular. So that's coming up there, and that is pretty much locked in, right? So pretty much locked in there for that. So looking forward to Vault coming up. Now, obviously, Pulsar question mark. I haven't heard anything about that from Kool-Aid or anywhere else. Ouroboros and testnet, so that's going to probably fall into October now. So I'll probably end up shifting that. So I might actually shift that now into October. In fact, I'm going to push it right to the middle. As we get more information, we'll find out what goes on there. But yeah, we're currently in there, and I put that testnet in there as well. So yeah, I'm kind of expecting this to move later there at the launch phase. So we don't know. It's a kind of a window of opportunity. By the time we get into October, though, man, game on, right? What is it? Flame on. We've got Titan Farms. These are huge. So we've had all these ROI protocols, TitanX layer 1, layer 2s, DragonX and other protocols, layer 3s on top of that, like Vault, for example. And now we're going to have DeFi coming into the TitanX system. DeFi, it's huge. And these are going to be really innovative too. So they're not just going to be your off the shelf. We're going to have Titan Farms. That's going to benefit a lot of the protocols. It's going to have an incentive token called TINC, T-I-N-C. And of course, that's going to be deflationary. So it's going to really neat there, and I think there's going to be some cool innovations in this. I know that Jake Sharp and Eric are both very excited about Titan Farms. We know that's coming in October, subject to audits, but yeah, that's looking pretty good for October. Perfect timing, going to fatten up liquidity, and for a lot of people that have made mad gains, it's going to be a good place to park their money or to slowly exit out, things like that. So it's going to be pretty cool. Element 280 in October as well. Obviously a big sort of pooled fund that's going to buy a bit of everything. So it's going to put buy demand on a lot of the existing protocols that we just looked at on the chart. So it's going to be super bullish there. That's from the dude from Helios. So it's going to be pretty cool. I think it's his biggest project, to be honest. I think Helios is also very good. I think this takes a bit, that's more of a longer play. Just sort of slowly builds up there, particularly with Janus in there, the Pulsechain LP pool thing. So kind of cool. I think Element's a big deal. So another cool big buyer there coming in. And then, of course, Ouroboros is the lending and stablecoin, big deal too, and a lot of innovations in there as well. So 3 big DeFis coming into the TitanX ecosystem, another basis for rallying the whole ecosystem. Really excited about that. Felix is potentially in the middle of October. That's going to benefit TitanX and AwesomeX there and DX there. I'm just going to be, obviously you guys know I'm pretty big fan of a lot of the projects. Not a big fan of AwesomeX. I think the allocation is not right between the launchpad, I think there was a LP pool and the Genesis 8%. If you add all that up, it's very high. I don't really like the idea of that. So it's not a big fan of AwesomeX unless they change it. I'm not really a big fan of that. It's going to benefit DragonX, so obviously good for DragonX, but I personally would avoid that project myself. So that's the first time I've actually made a statement like that, but that is just be careful out there. And you read the distribution not so hot. So I'll show you that in a minute, but that's going to play. And then we've got Scale potentially launching before the end of October, on Baby DragonX. So that's the first one as far as I know on Baby DragonX. And then Lotus is coming at the end of October, maybe the beginning of November. That's going to benefit Vault. And remember, Vault benefits DragonX. That's going to benefit Vault and, of course, TitanX ultimately as well. So that's Lotus coming in. I really love the artwork for Lotus. Looks really good. And if you watched, there's a Blaze show today. I haven't watched the whole thing, but if you watch that, you'll see the Lotus guy on there. Seems like a nice chap. And then, of course, the big event is a day 369. And, of course, you guys can see this is in October. See October window there? That's in October. So this thing is just going to ramp up to another whole level. So we're probably going to go from $100 million to start heading towards $1 billion during this October-November phase. It really is a big 10x opportunity there, looking pretty awesome. Yeah, so obviously need more holders, more growth, and we're getting that. But you also need more money to come in ultimately. That's really what moves things. But all these different DeFis coming in, it is a great boom for that, right? Pretty cool. Now November, of course. Now I've got to take this out because we don't know when all of these are, but I'll move this. This is just the we don't know when these are coming. But we've got TitanX, Titan game coming in November. X28. Now X28 is going to be mega. Now Jake Sharp thinks X28 is going to be the biggest thing. All the TitanX that goes into X28, which is omni-chain, right, multiple chains, is going to be burned. So by the time we get there, there's going to be hardly any. There'll be virtually no inflation coming out. So we're just going to be burning an existing supply of TitanX along with all the other protocols that are doing it as well. It is mega big there. So pretty cool. And maybe in December we get the Shadow protocol. We'll find out about that too. And we've got so many other protocols either in concept phase, development phase, coming down the line, either ROI protocols or DeFi protocols and GameFi protocols too. Let's not forget that. So that's kind of the roadmap at the moment. Looking very exciting. So we've got a huge roadmap. Oh, we've got a brand new dashboard. Look at this, folks. Look at this. And Hetrox says, why not a trillion? Yeah. Well, you never know. That would be like, what's that? Almost, that'd be like 46% of the total crypto market cap. But let's dream. All right. So this is brand new. I knew he was coming, but it's a brand new update. So the ecosystem map there. So ecosystem market cap now $158 million by Mike Dean's numbers. So that's pretty exciting. So yeah, look for this to head towards $1 billion. I mean, that's kind of where maybe $1.5 billion. I mean, that's kind of amazing. Total TitanX burn 89 trillion. Sorry, he's got dollars and T here, so I don't know. There's a little typo there. And hey, look, it's actually movable. Look at that, move it around with the mouse. Ecosystem volume $11.6 million. TitanX users 15,000. I think they've accidentally kept the dollars there, so I think these are supposed to be TitanX. So ignore the dollars. And of course, 15,700 followers there, up a little bit as well. Now that growth in news is going to be pretty important, obviously, as well. Kind of cool. Now, key upcoming events, we've got the TitanX 369, and they've also got the Vault launch coming up on the 28th, 29th of September, depending where you are. 3 days. He's got here 12 hours away, so that's counting down. Yeah. Now you've got premium upgrade. I want to advertise that for Mike Dean. If you haven't got that, it's $250, but you can go to upgrade that on a premium. So it's kind of cool. Just hit the premium there and the $250. Get access to all the different global ladders and data and everything else. How well is the project doing? So definitely check that out. And I think Mo and Crypto Audio and other people got 10% discounts or something. So you can definitely use theirs to get a discount on that. Go hunt them down for that. But these are the projects looking pretty good. Yeah, really nice dashboard, isn't it? Beautiful stuff there. And he's broken it up there. These are the existing projects. So you can see that list here at the moment. And of course, upcoming projects are coming up there. Vault as well. So it's a really nice upgrade to the site. As you guys know, you've probably seen it before, but this is a really great upgrade there. Vault is launching 3 days and 12 hours and 46 minutes away. Yay! So I'm going to post a link to this if you want to get, check all the details out. It's really cool. Really cool. What a great upgrade to the TitanX Hub. Really top quality. Look at that. Bam. I want to check that out. Hedgehog says, aim for the stars and you always take a pit stop at the moon for a bit. But if you aim for the moon, the pit stops are just the clouds, says the Hedgehog there. Some wise words. It's almost getting as wise as Wookiee there with the old Hedgehog. All right, so those are the plays there. Vault coming up. That's the next launch. We've got Shogun in here. We'll see when that happens. RX, of course, that is the big Ouroboros DeFi, lending in stablecoin. Pulsar, going to be Pulsechain. That's Kool-Aid, I think. What else? NFT Blaze Wars, GameFi there. TNC Titan Farms. This is going to be a big one. DeFi, right? So we've got DeFi about to hit the TitanX ecosystem. Going to be huge. Titan Guardians, another NFT one there. E280, that's the big mutual fund type thing, buying everything. That's the third DeFi. Felix coming down the line there as well. That's going to be pretty cool. And then, of course, Awesome X on the list there. So tidied up the list here. And, of course, Awesome X is, the one I'm a little bit concerned about. Things I don't like about Awesome X, let's just quickly go to it on here. Is this. So this is on TitanX allocation. It's got 3.5% to fund the launchpad. Well, I can understand some of the logic here, but I really think that TitanX coin token itself is the launchpad. People get an 8% fee for that. So I don't really see the launchpad being of much use there. And of course, well, they're going to fund it. They're going to be dumping it down to fund any developers there. So I'm not a big fan of that. There's also 3% to the treasury. And so I'm not a big fan of that either. And then 8% to the team. Now, 8% is normally what is the standard for the meritocracy of the TitanX system. So most people are happy with that. But yeah, if you add these up, talk about 11%, and then 11, 14, 14.5% of the economic value that goes into it. So I'm not a big fan, and I'd like to see them change that. So yeah. They got 3.5% to buy and burn DragonX directly. Happy, that's fine. 12% goes straight to the DragonX vault, and 70% TitanX will buy and burn AwesomeX. So I'm kind of happy with those. But yeah, just take into account. And there's probably a couple other tokenomics I'd probably use that for instead. I'd probably take these treasuries and use them for some sort of vortex or something later down the path for AwesomeX. Probably much better use of the capital there. That's 7% you could put into a vortex. I think that's a much better idea. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one. Artwork's great, all the rest of it, but I think they need to rethink that. They've also got a very long minting cycle, 125 weeks. Not a big fan of that in myself either. So there's a few things there that I'm not a big fan of, and normally I am, but not that one in particular, unless they do some changes. All right, so that's kind of it. But the next one coming up is Vault, of course. That is coming up in 3.5 days. Let's have a quick look at that. I like this one. The token distribution is in 10 days. So I like the idea of that. That's really cool. 10 days. And of course, then they're going to have recycled vaults for day 11 onwards. Not bad there. They've got 4% going to DragonX as well. See how all these projects are benefiting DragonX. So DragonX is the store of value, the king of the hill, as it were. So yeah, the more stuff flowing into there. Liquidity bonding 8%, bonding to all TitanX liquidity pros like that. And the vault wheel. Now, obviously, that's the vault wheel. And Genesis 8% there, so that's fine. So yeah, that's a much better project that's coming, and it's going to benefit DragonX there. So that's coming up there at the moment. Those are kind of two that I wanted to highlight. Are kind of neat. All right, so future inflation. Let's talk about that quickly. For the TitanX ecosystem, let's go to the map here. We can hit TitanX, go have a look at the website, and see how much is in the stats. So we've got 60 trillion, 848 billion. So there's a lot of TitanX. Got to go somewhere, and we've got all those beautiful projects coming up that are going to help it go somewhere, and the ones that are already running, like Hydra, for example, which is capturing a whole ton of TitanX in there. So let's quickly go to the roadmap. So this is what we've got coming up. We've got the last of the trillion candles. So things are about to go hyperinflationary for TitanX, and you're going to be able to see that's going to be one of the key things is the fact that we've got very low inflation coming out. In fact, we've got currently just started this brand new candle. This is the first of the 5 trillion candles for September. It's got 1.16 trillion TitanX in it. That's coming. We've started that now, and then we've got these other 2 coming out. These other 4. So we've got these ones to get through. This provides more TitanX that can go into DragonX or into Hydra or any or any of the other projects, Flux or whatever. So there's more stuff coming out. This will get reallocated. Some may not get sold down at all for a while. So that's coming up. And then we get to September. The end of September, we drop down to 0.5 trillion that day. And then in October, we've only got 2 trillion candles left. This one here on the 2nd, and this one here on the 5th. After the 5th of October, we have no more trillion candles. So that supply of 60.8 won't really have too much emphasis to go up anymore, right? So pretty exciting. And if you've got Flux taking in a couple 100 billion, a day, if you've got Hydra taking in, maybe half a trillion a day or something like that, then it really starts to eat away at this stuff, right? Pretty cool. And then you got Volt and other things coming down the line. So it's really getting exciting here, and certainly by the 18th of October, we've got no more half a trillion candles left, right? We go below 500 billion a day, and really tapers off there. We're getting very close, folks. So yeah, it's really exciting. It's only a week away, pretty much, until we get rid of a lot of these trillion candles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So let's say 12 days till we get rid of the trillion candles. And game on, right? That's not a lot of time. So very excited. Now the other thing we've got, of course, coming down the line is also the 369 payout for the old TitanX. And if you go to the payout pool here on TitanX, you can see the payout pool's got $6.6 million of Ethereum, and that's coming as well. Remember, the big DragonX whale is going to get a good amount of that, and of course he's getting, as Hydra gets more TitanX in it, that goes and stakes more. Let's see what stakes has been happening there since Hydra's been operating. Yeah, so 6 hours ago, the DragonX whale just staked another 103 billion. So there we are, more of the share rate there. Probably sitting at about 42% or something like that of the total shares in TitanX. And the payout pool for that now is 1,023 ETH, $2.7 million worth. And we know 44.5% of that's going to go and buy DragonX and burn it off the market. So we've got all these protocols launching, pushing more TitanX into DragonX burning, and now we got this as well. 44.5% of that's going to be burning, and then the other 44.5% is going to go and stake more. So it's going to go from 42% up to even higher percentage by dramatic amounts, right? So it's going to be well over 50%. So it's going to dominate, maybe 60%. I don't know. I haven't done the math, but it's going to be pretty big in terms of dominating the stakers there on TitanX. Pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy. That's pretty epic. All right, so that is it on that. So you can see it's getting very bullish environment, and we're just having a bit of a cool off at the moment before we have that next step up. So we've got big DeFis. We've got topping out on the big inflation in the next 12 days with the trillion candles, and we start just diving down from there. We've got these protocols eating stuff up in TitanX. We've got more protocols coming, big DeFi coming. We've got the big 369 payout on 3rd of October. It is getting fun. And of course, that October payout not far away, as we can see, it is coming up there on the chart. It is 36 days away. So this whole system is about to go lit. We've got Ethereum showing a bit of life. We've got the bull market potentially October as well, starting to pick up pace. We've had a green month for September. We get a good result for the US election. Man, game on. Looking very exciting. All right, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have enjoyed the coverage. That is our wrap up today of the markets, and deep dive. And of course, don't forget Mafia, the exchange, coming out in a couple of hours time. So look forward to that. You have to do a lap of the galaxy to be that smart, says Wookie. What else we got there? Hex Token says Titan price prediction on January the 1st, boss. Up and to the right, up and to the right. Let's talk about 10x, 10x's. Let's talk about that. I think that's very, very realistic. That's almost a month of practically nothing coming out of mines, yeah. 10x and beyond, maybe even more. It's going to be interesting around the funding pools, probably be the main one there. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. An hour and 20 minutes, epic long live stream. And I'll guys catch you again tomorrow for another market update. Peace out, everybody. Peace out. Don't forget, let's finish the poll. Let's go at the hot poll. Let's see what people said before we leave. Let's see what they voted for. Did they vote to subscribe? We got 52% that done subscribed, hit the bell, and liked. That's awesome. We got 29% hit the like, 11% subscribe, and 5% hit the bell there on the Hex Token channel with 17 votes on the Superman crypto. Let's see in the poll there. We have 4 votes, 75% have done all above, 25% hit the like, and that is awesome. So thanks you very much on Superman Crypto. On Pulsechain X, we had no one vote on there, so that's easily done. We'll just end the poll. There we go. All right, don't forget, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and I'll see you guys in Discord. And links in Discord are in the video description. And what an epic stream this has been, because we're about to enter the most bullish environment in crypto, man. It is getting legit. So it is going to be a lot of fun. Enjoy, make mad gains, and I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye for now. And we got one more comment there from Brian. Had to put that one there. Great stream, boss. That's pretty cool. Appreciate it.